you know, it's actually quite interesting that I actually got this really small pumpkin right about now. I mean, it is getting close to that time right about now, so kind of makes sense to actually incorporate this somehow right about now. So yeah, I think you can pretty much get the idea at this point. So yeah. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and yeah, looks like it's actually been quite some time since I actually did a thoughts video like this right now, because yeah, I guess if you may recall, for the past pretty much the past couple of weeks for sure, let alone this past weekend for sure, yeah, believe it or not, I've actually been putting up my videos and stuff devoted to this year's Retro Game Con, to which, by the way, for those who actually did tune into that, I will have to say thank you so much for tuning into, of course, all those right about now. It was a whole lot of fun to actually work on those for sure. Yeah, especially if it's, since they're all equally as great as, of course, this year's convention that I just went to for sure, So yeah, like I said, thank you so much for tuning into my Retro Game Con videos for sure, which are all of my vlogs and stuff devoted to this year's RGC, and especially my latest episode of course, WTPU, aka What the Pick of that I actually did, of course, the stuff that I got during this year's RGC for sure. So yeah, those were a whole lot of fun to do, and I'm really excited to come back to next year's Retro Game Con once it actually does come around for sure. So yeah, now that I've actually got those out of the way, I think it's about time that I get myself back into, of course, doing another thoughts video ramp now. And quite fitting for sure, because believe it or not, here's something that I actually haven't done since of course, August a couple of months ago. And that being, of course, pretty much, well, I'm back to seeing movies on the big screen ramp now. So yeah, it has been a long time coming since I've actually been to a movie theater to catch a new movie in theaters for sure, because yeah, I think I knew right away ever since after Dragon Ball Superhero, I definitely need a break for sure, because yeah, turns out the month of September didn't really give me a good new releases that piqued my interest a ton for sure. So yeah, I knew right away that I had to take a break from, of course, seeing movies on the big screen for sure. And plus, I was not only busy with, of course, this year's Retro Game Con, but also my girlfriend visiting me up in my area for sure. So yeah, you can definitely see why I definitely need a break right about now from seeing movies on the big screen for nearly 2 months for sure. So yeah, I hope all of you guys understand that for sure, and yeah, hopefully I think it will be enough to actually get myself out of the way. So yeah, it seems like I'm back once again to do exactly that, and well, it looks like for today's thoughts video, given for the fact that I actually do have this really nice small pumpkin right about now, I think it's actually quite fitting on what I'm going to be talking about here today. So yeah, I think you can pretty much get the clear picture on that. Alright. So, yeah, I guess given for the fact that I actually have, of course, this really nice pumpkin ramp on now, and seeing of how we're still in the month of October ramp now, I think you can pretty much guess pretty much what it actually means. That's right, yeah, see how we're still in the month of October, that means Halloween is right around the corner right about now. So yeah, I'm actually getting really excited for exactly that, with, of course, people dressed up in costumes, going out trick-or-treating, pretty much hanging up all these incredible spooky decorations that we have set up for sure to actually make it really creepy for sure, and not to mention going to Halloween parties for sure, just to, yeah, that's just to name me a few right about now, which does include actually one thing that is, of course, part of the subject for today's thoughts video right about now. That being, of course, seeing a really good, and I mean really good amount of horror movies right about now. So yeah, I guess if anything, I think you can pretty much get the clear picture on that for sure, and yeah, pretty much of anything, I think, with a good amount of horror movies for sure, I think there's quite a whole lot for sure, like, of course, pretty much some really nice ghost stories that occurred, and of course, supernatural horrors for sure, or maybe a horror comedy for sure, or, given for today's thoughts video, how about a really nice slasher film, so yeah. And I guess, given for the fact that I actually mentioned the holiday, I think you can pretty much guess on, of course, what I'm going to be talking about here today. That's right, I think it's about time that we get ourselves back to Hagenfield, Illinois once again, and of course take on the massive serial killer himself, Michael Myers, but for the very last time, for the time being, with of course the latest movie that had just came out for sure, which is of course part of the ever popular Halloween movie franchise that's been around for nearly 5 decades now, which of course is none other than the latest movie in the Halloween franchise known only as Halloween Ends. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I'm going to be talking about here today. It is, of course, the latest film in the Halloween franchise for sure, and not to mention, this is, of course, pretty much the third and final film in the trilogy of these Halloween films that are, of course, done by horror movie studio Blumhouse, and not to mention, this is, of course, the final Halloween movie overall. Again, for the time being, for sure, so yeah, I guess you can pretty much get the clear picture on that. Alright. Alright, so before I could go ahead and of course, talk about this latest movie, I think it's quite fitting that I will, of course, give a little recap on, of course, well, Halloween for sure, and yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that Halloween is, of course, a really recognizable horror movie that's been around for a few decades now and has been beloved by, of course, millions upon millions of fans for sure. So yeah, pretty much just a basic idea of course, a really nice slasher film from the 70s is actually really incredible to watch. Truly does define, of course, what it's actually going for. Actually propelled John Carpenter to, of course, a whole new level and launching his career, and of course, it's easily the most recognizable movie that he's done throughout his entire career, and even though you've never actually knew about the film itself, you would definitely know the serial killer that's part of the main staple of these movies for sure, which is, of course, Michael Myers for sure. So yeah, oh yeah, and let's not forget to mention the ever popular theme tune for sure, going the whole do 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 do. So yeah, I think you can pretty much get the clear picture on why Halloween has been around for quite some time, and even for a few decades since after its first release for sure, it still remains as a classic. Pretty much a classic slasher film even to this day, and of course any movie fan, let alone any horror movie fan, will of course easily know this film hands down, and yeah, let's not forget to mention, in the years since then, it's actually spawned numerous of other films, many of which are, of course, sequels, spin-offs, and, of course, not to mention pretty much a couple of reboots that are done by Rob Zombie, for sure. All of them representing multiple timelines, for sure. And that definitely includes pretty much the latest Halloween films that, of course, came out in recent years, starting with, of course, the 2018 film, yeah, pretty much of anything, yeah, the 2018 Halloween film that is, of course, a requel for sure, so So yeah, I guess if anything, I myself have actually really do love the original Halloween for what it is, and I will admit the 2018 film for sure, I definitely think it's actually a really good requel for sure. Captures everything what was great about the original, while definitely bringing back the original cast while mixing in with, of course, the new cast for sure to giving a lot more fresh and, of course, new stuff that we can actually enjoy for sure. So yeah, I definitely like the 2018 Halloween film for sure, as much as I actually really do enjoy the original for sure. And let's not forget to mention, well over a year ago, I actually did talk about its follow-up, Halloween Kills, which I actually do think it's a decent flick nonetheless for sure. So yeah, if you want a little bit more, a more in-depth analysis on what I thought about that said film, I say definitely go watch my thoughts video that I did on Halloween Kills, just to see for yourself for sure. So yeah, I guess on that thought, ramp on now, since after getting myself, yeah, pretty much I got myself into a scene that well over a year ago, I'm actually quite curious on, of course, pretty much the third and, of course, the final filming, of course, this timeline for all these Halloween films will actually do and actually conclude this entire, pretty much this entire movie series entirely for sure. So yeah, thankfully, since after getting everything what I need to do, and especially recovering after my time at Retro GameCon this year, I knew right away that I've decided that this would be the movie that will finally get me to return to see movies on the big screen after quite some time for sure. So yeah, and thankfully, thanks to the kind people at Crown City Cinemas once again to help me do exactly that, I was, of course, kind enough to actually go and actually see this film for myself. And, well, I just got back from, of course, seeing it not too long ago. And, well, I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this movie now that I got the chance to see it? Well, I will have to say, yeah, I have nothing against this film entirely. To me, I think it's alright for the most part. Yeah, I mean, it's not good, not bad, it's just average at best for sure. So yeah, some parts of it actually do work extremely well, while others I just do kind of felt that it actually fell flat in its entirety for sure, and actually did deliver, of course, not the massive conclusion I was hoping for, hands down, but I still think it did try its best nonetheless for sure. So yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't think it was bad or anything. I kind of think I'm somewhere down the middle on this one. I do think it's a alright flick in my opinion. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so yeah, now that I've actually got the short version, the short version out of the way, I guess I might as well go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about for sure. First of all is, of course, the story for, of course, this movie for sure, and I will admit, I think pretty much of anything, I do kind of think the story for, of course, this movie for sure, some parts of it does have a bit of a promise for sure, but I do kind of felt that throughout the majority of course, what I'm actually seeing, I just kind of think actually is kind of a big weak for sure, and didn't actually give me, of course, what I was expecting for sure, and some parts of it from what I've actually seen, it almost does kind of feel like I was, of course, watching a completely different movie altogether, almost like I'm actually seeing something that's not from, of course, Halloween for sure, and I guess for the majority of the time I was actually watching this for sure, I actually did think to myself while watching this movie, upon seeing those scenes for, yeah, seeing a good number of scenes as the story goes on for sure, I actually did think to myself, okay, I think these scenes are done fine, but where's Michael Myers? I'm kind of expecting that I would see Michael Myers at this point for sure, and even when we did get around to, of course, seeing him, yeah, pretty much if anything, it kind of seems a bit overdue, and didn't necessarily feel fresh or relevant for sure, so but yeah, I won't go into too much depth on, of course, the story, hands down, because I would end up spoiling the entire movie for sure. But yeah, I think you can pretty much get the clear picture on where exactly I'm going for sure. And yeah, pretty much on top of course, the story right about now, I do kind of felt the writing, I have to say, for, of course, this film. Yeah, I will have to say it's probably not the strongest one for sure. It's almost like the people making this movie were pressuring the screenwriters to, of course, pretty much get this whole thing done for sure. That they didn't even bother to, of course, look it over and probably think to themselves, yeah, maybe I think this needs one or two more drafts in order to make it all the more engaging for sure. So yeah, that's kind of the thought I was, of course, going for hands down upon seeing the writing for, of course, this one. Maybe I think they could have used a whole lot more fun tuning for sure to actually make it all the more incredibly interesting and a whole lot more engaging for sure. But instead, I think we did kind of feel, we did kind of get something that actually does feel a bit mellowed down for the most part for sure. But again, I can't fault it for what it is. I still think they did try their best with what's been given for sure. So yeah, those are pretty much what I can say for, of course, the first two hands down. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so now that I've actually got those two out of the way, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about the next couple of things that I should talk about for sure, which are, of course, the characters, and yeah, pretty much despite a few faults, I do think the characters in, of course, this movie, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I actually did admire the characters for sure. Every single time I've actually see them on screen for sure, I actually do feel myself rooting for them hands down, and even when they're in a bad situation for sure, I do want to see how they're gonna get out of it for sure, and even some of the ones that I actually didn't care for entirely, I was like, oh, for the love of God, I don't have to deal with those anyways, please die. So yeah, and thankfully when they did, I was like, oh, thank God. So yeah, but yeah, that's how much I've actually really do admire the characters in, of course, this movie. Pretty much the ones I've actually been rooting for, I do want to see them make it out alive, and many of the ones that I actually can't stand and couldn't care for, I do want to see them die for sure. So yeah, I actually really do like the way the characters are, of course, structured out for sure, and not to mention, pretty much a good number of them have actually started to grow and actually started to take all these stepping stones to actually get to where they need to be to actually grow their character, and that's actually the one thing I actually do like for sure. I really like on the direction they're going for with all these characters for sure. So yeah. I think, if anything, that's probably the one positive thing that I can say for, of course, this one. And of course, on top of all that, all the actors that played all these characters, which is, of course, my next thing that I should mention. Yeah, I will have to say, they actually did give some good, but fine performances for what it is. Yeah, I think I can tell they really have pulled off a whole lot of effort to, of course, make their characters work, even if the material they've been giving is, of course, pretty sloppy and pretty much could have used a whole lot more fun tuning for sure, but hey, I do think the actors giving all these performances for sure, I think they did a fine job, and of course working with the material they've actually been given for sure. But probably the one that I do think really stands out is, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode. So yeah, I definitely know throughout the course of this movie, ever since this new trilogy that Blumhouse started as a really great follow-up to, of course, the original Halloween for sure, setting off a brand new timeline for sure. I will have to say, I say Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode actually is probably the best part, of course, this movie. You can tell that she's doing her best to, of course, move on after the events of course, the last film for sure, and of course, whenever Michael Myers will, of course, pop on in for sure, she does remember to carry out her mission, of course, taking him out for sure, and actually putting an end to, of course, all the terror and horror that of course, has been given to her for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything for what it is, I really do admire on how much Laurie Strode has actually grown for sure, and Jamie Lee Curtis has really gave off a really good performance as always has, of course, Laurie Strode herself. She's a whole lot of fun to watch, and I do actually feel for her entirely because yeah, who hasn't gone through a similar situation that Laurie Strode herself has actually gone through for the past few decades for sure. So yeah, despite what I have to say, I definitely know for sure the characters and the actors for sure, are easily the best parts in, of course, this movie for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so now that I've actually got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Well, seeing how this is a horror movie, hands down, probably I think the one of a few things that pretty much actually does stand out is, of course, tone and atmosphere, and I will have to say the tone and atmosphere, and of course, this movie for sure really do stand out for sure. Really does define, of course, the pretty much the style Halloween has been given to us for quite a long time now for sure, and I really do admire, of course, what's actually been going on throughout the course of the entire movie for sure. Pretty much from the way they've actually built up certain things for sure actually does work very, very well for sure, which actually does help make things a whole lot more suspenseful and really does keep you on the edge of your seat for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, the toning atmosphere, and of course this movie is actually done pretty well in my opinion. So yeah, and of course, like I said, seeing how this is a horror movie, looks like there's going to be a lot of kills for sure, and especially blood and gore for sure, and yeah, I won't lie, I do think the kills in this movie are actually very creative. Sure, some are okay, some are, of course, rehashed from, of course, the other films for sure, but for what it is, I actually do think they are actually done massively well for sure. Pretty much from the way I've actually seen the way they've actually carried out all these kills for sure, they actually are very creative for sure, and whenever you actually see someone die for sure, it is actually very impactful in such a way. In fact, there were a good number of kills that I have to say for sure that actually did jump me on my seat. I was like, oh fuck! So yeah, that's how creative the kills are for sure, and plus I really do admire, of course, the way they've utilized a really good amount of blood and gore for sure. Pretty much of anything, the way they've actually carried out all that during during the time someone gets killed for sure, they actually are done very well, and I do love the really good amount of blood and gore they've actually put out for sure. And there's even a few times that I've actually seen someone dying. It was super graphic, super bloody, and super gory for the most part. That I did almost feel myself either getting clinched up on how disgusting it is and how gross it is, and not to mention trying my best to look away because of how bloody and gory it is. That's how impactful it is, and I do think it actually does work out massively well in my opinion. So yeah, but of course, where it actually does kind of fall flat for the most part is, of course, pretty much the scares for the most part. Now, don't get me wrong, some of the scares, of course, this movie are actually done very well and did leave me jumping on my seat, actually really making me really super scared for the most part, but the only problem that I actually have with, of course, all of them is that pretty much a good number of jump scares that they actually threw in for sure. I think, if anything, I find myself getting scared from, of course, well, the fake-out jump scares that occurred rather than Michael Myers himself. So yeah. I guess if anything, you don't have to make everything in this movie super scary for the most part. Just leave all the scares to Michael Myers for sure, and yeah, that will be that. Yeah, that would have fixed up everything, but nope, it looks like, if anything, what we see is what we get, hands down, and yeah, like I said, some of the scares are, of course, done very, very well for the most part, but again, I find myself getting scared from, of course, the fake-out jump scares rather than Michael Myers himself, so yeah, but what can you do at this point right about now, so yeah. I guess on top of all that, the direction, of course, this movie, I think it's not bad for the most part. I wish it could have been done a whole lot more better for the most part, but honestly, I did kind of think that pretty much the director, of course, this movie, David Gordon Green, I think I knew right away that he wanted to get this over and done with just so that he can pretty much get other projects out of the way. Hell, I definitely know he's already working hard, of course, releasing a brand new Exorcist movie that's coming out next year for sure. So we'll probably wait and see on that front right about now. But yeah, I guess if anything, it's not bad for the most part, but I definitely know the director, of course, this movie definitely want to get this over and done with just so that he can get other projects out of the way for sure. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say for that part. But however, I will have to say the cinematography is, of course, done pretty well and actually gave us not great, but still pretty good camera shots for the most part. I really do admire how well cut up the film's editing is for sure, and not to mention the musical score, I have to say, is, of course, composed pretty well. Not great, but still done pretty well. And of course, the most important thing that I can say is that, well, it did try, and of course, giving us what we were giving for the most part, given to a few other things going on that almost feels like a different movie, hands down, but I still think it actually did deliver on, of course, a fine conclusion, yes, but could have actually been something a little bit more engaging for the most part, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so yeah, I guess it's everything that I can say for the most part, and yeah, pretty much based on my reaction about now, it is pretty much a mixed bag for me, and well, it pretty much is for the most part, so yeah, I guess overall, Halloween Ends, for while it actually did deliver on, of course, what I was expecting for sure, probably giving us a pretty decent finale for sure. Many parts of it actually did work, and of course, given to what we expected for sure, while others, I have to say, did kind of fell flat for the most part, resulting, of course, pretty much a fine conclusion, yes, but could have been a whole lot better than what I was expecting, hands down, for sure, let alone something what I was hoping for, hands down, so yeah, I can't necessarily say it's actually good or bad or anything, pretty much if anything, I can't say it's actually as strong as, say, Halloween Kills for the most part, but for what it is, I do think it did try its best, resulting in pretty much a fine conclusion for, of course, what we were expecting for sure. So yeah, pretty much a mixed bag for me, yes, but hey, I can't fault it for that. I think pretty much if anything, a good number of parts I have to say, they did try their best, hands down, and I can't fault them for the hang right about now, and I did admire, of course, what it's actually done for sure, so yeah, I guess that's what I can say on that. Pretty much if anything, if I were to recommend this movie, hands down, well, I think if anything, pretty much, if you are kind of expecting on a big, massive finale to, of course, the Halloween films, for sure, you'll get it, yes, but you'll just have to get through the really crappy stuff that actually does get in the way of things before we can get right on to doing it, getting exactly what we want for sure, so yeah. But hey, I definitely know it's not going to stop all of you guys from seeing it, hands down, because yeah, truth be told, I actually do recommend seeing this movie, regardless of course, what you have to say for sure, so yeah, if it's actually something up your alley for sure, and if you want something really scary this Halloween, then by all means, go right ahead and see it for yourself. As of right now, it's currently available to see on the big screen, and not to mention it's even currently available for streaming on Peacock right about now. Yeah, pretty much kind of forgot that both, yeah, pretty much seeing a movie both in theaters and on streaming services both at the same time, around the time it came out is probably still a thing for sure, but I mean, hell, I think pretty much if anything, 2021 has been doing all of that for sure, and we haven't actually seen much of it right about now, but hey, what can you do right about now? So yeah, I guess if anything, if it's something up your alley and if you want to see something really scary this Halloween, then definitely see this movie for yourself, So yeah, pretty much if anything, I can't fault it entirely. It's still a pretty decent flick, yes. Yeah, not good, not bad, but just average for what it is. And I think it's actually what I can say to best describe this movie overall, but I am grateful that it is the final Halloween movie altogether. Well, at this moment in time, you may never know when, of course, a brand new one will actually pop up just to say they want to, of course, continue on with it pretty much until they ultimately decide to call it quits officially, but we shall wait and see. So yeah, for my final score, I am going to be honest, of course, this one, and I'll give Halloween Ends a 5 out of 10 as my final score. So yeah, pretty much if anything, it did deliver on, of course, the good stuff, and pretty much dwindled that away with the weaker moments, but still actually resulting, of course, a pretty decent film altogether, but a rather okay conclusion, nonetheless, hands down, so yeah, I guess it's what I can say for that front, hands down, so yeah, pretty much, if anything, I guess that's the best way I can say about this movie entirely. So yeah, if it's something up your alley, then well, pretty much go ahead and take out Michael Myers for yourself, and pretty much see this movie as a way to officially say that evil officially dies tonight. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, and I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and let me know in the comment section below if you have seen Halloween Ends and what you thought about it, as well as, of course, leaving me constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos in the near future. And of course, as always, feel free to send me an email if you want to ask me any questions, or if you just want to book me for a con or event that'll be coming up sometime in the near future. Follow me on my social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and plenty of other social media sites that I have provided with, of course, the links down in the description box below. And of course, support me on Patreon if you want to see sneak peeks to videos that I got coming up in the near future, as well as some other awesome rewards that will help fit into your budget. And if you enjoyed today's video, then give it a massive thumbs up, as it really does help this channel out. And speaking of on my channel, feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell and select all notifications if you want to see more videos like this coming up in the near future. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and yeah, now that I've actually got that out of the way, I think it's about time that I get myself onto working on other videos that I need to get over and done with for sure, since a good majority of them I am overdue for the most part. But for now, I guess all thanks to, of course, this incredible pumpkin, I think I might as well get myself prepped up for, of course, Halloween ramping out. Because I know for starters, I think give it to this really small pumpkin. Maybe I should definitely make it into a really nice small jack-o'-lantern for sure. So yeah, I guess I'll definitely leave you at that. Yeah, and I guess on that thought, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Well, minus this pumpkin that I'm holding right up now, but you can pretty much get the clear picture on that. So yeah, I guess on that thought, take care.